You know, it's not every day that people like me are invited to go to a world premiere of one of the best films of the year by one of our generation's best filmmakers. I, Jeremiah Battle, was invited to go watch Sinners at its world premiere from director Ryan Coogler.
That's right. Give it up for Binky Griptide Orchestra right here behind me. We'll play some blues for all y'all sinners.
They can come in if they want. Yeah. If you want, they're entertained. You're welcome, Jeremiah. So sweet.
Now that is an insane statement that I still can't believe I'm saying, that I still can't believe that I got to attend, that I still can't believe I was able to see the movie early. So if you don't know by now, or if the title of this video didn't spoil it, I was invited to go to the world premiere of the new film from Ryan Coogler, Sinners. Not only was I able to watch the movie early at the world premiere, but I was also able to walk the carpet and attend the after party after we watched the movie. Literally, as I'm saying these things, I cannot believe they happened. Even though I lived through them, I still can't believe it happened. Like, it feels like a dream. Sinners is more than just one of the best films of the year. It's one of Ryan Coogler's finest works. Considering that Ryan Coogler has made some of my personal favorite films of all time, like Fruitvale Station, Creed, and Black Panther, just shows the great company that this film, Sinners, is joining. The synopsis of Sinners is as follows. Trying to leave their troubled lives behind, twin brothers return to their hometown to start again, only to discover that an even greater evil is waiting to welcome them back. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I first saw the trailer for Sinners, I was a little bit worried. When I first saw the trailer, I saw two Michael B. Jordans playing two different characters on screen at the same time with a southern accent saying, "Nah, we cousins."
You twins? Nah, we cousins.
It got me a little bit worried. But shame on me, because he was fantastic in this movie. Hailee Steinfeld was fantastic in this movie. Delroy Lindo was fantastic in this movie. Pretty much everybody in this movie who was a part of this movie, Michael B. Jordan, two of him, Hailee Steinfeld, Delroy Lindo, Omar Miller, Wunmi Mosaku, Jamie Lawson, and in his feature film debut, guys, Miles Caton, who absolutely crushed his role. Now let's get into exactly what I loved about this movie so much. I think the biggest compliment that I can give Sinners is that when you compare Sinners to the rest of Ryan Coogler's filmography, it obviously feels very different. What I'll say about Sinners is that it feels like his biggest artistic achievement. Even though Ryan Coogler very much so is an auteur, he is an artistic director. He's made some great movies like Fruitvale Station, which is an indie darling, movies like Creed and Black Panther, which are kind of a part of IPs, but they're still like, you can still feel his voice and his vision through them. What's different about Sinners is that it's completely original. Sinners is a completely original film. It's not attached to an IP, so it feels very different from some of the other things that he's made. While I love Creed, that's one of my favorite sports movies, it is attached to the Rocky IP franchise. While I love Black Panther, I think it's one of the best MCU movies, it is a part of the MCU. Ryan Coogler also made Black Panther Wakanda Forever, but I don't really like Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so we don't really talk about it, but that's not really his fault. There was a lot of circumstances that he couldn't control. I don't fault him for that movie, but that movie as well was a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It was a part of a franchise. It was a part of a big IP. Sinners feels so different from all of that. It feels like a breath of fresh air, and I really appreciated that from him. I feel like there's going to be a lot of people who are going to go into Sinners and expect a straight horror film or a straight vampire fantasy film, and I wouldn't blame them, because that's what the trailers, that's what the marketing is. PR teams are pushing for this movie. But as someone who's watched the movie, I can tell you that this movie is so much more than that. This film feels like a period piece drama with horror set pieces. If anything, the horror takes a back seat and the drama is in the forefront. Not saying that this movie isn't scary, because no, this movie has some really scary sequences, some that made me jump out of my seat, I won't lie to you guys. But this definitely is not a horror first movie. If anything, like I said, it is a period piece drama with horror set pieces within it. The cinematography from cinematographer Autumn Durland really blew me away in certain sequences, and most importantly, within every ticking second of this movie, I could feel Ryan Coogler's specific direction, vision, and intention. Sinners is a very intentional film with every frame that consumes its duration, and man, do you feel it. What I love so much about this film is embedded in the themes and ideas it discusses: community, ancestry, generational inheritance, faith, and maybe most importantly, the impact of music, blues music to be specific. How it can truly shape one's culture and how much power is within the nature of its amplification. Sinners uses the genre of horror and vampire fantasy as a conduit to tell a story that's really about a community of people searching for freedom through music, and a group of outside individuals that are attempting to inherit a music that isn't theirs. Sinners tells the story of blues music and the black people that created it out of sheer necessity to outlet their struggles and depressions of that time. I had watched the trailer when it first came out, when it first released, and then I read the synopsis, but other than that, I didn't really expose myself to too much information regarding the film. And honestly, I think I was rewarded for that because I was mind blown over and over and over again by what I was seeing on screen, basically because I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. What director Ryan Coogler and cinematographer Autumn Derlin were able to craft up together is nothing short of phenomenal. If you haven't watched it yet, I'd highly recommend watching Ryan Coogler's breakdown of film, aspect ratios, the theatrical experience, and most importantly, IMAX, which is a premium watching experience for this movie. In this short 10-minute video, he expertly breaks down the beauty of shooting on film and how that translates to what they accomplished in Sinners. Stylistically and visually, I think this may be Coogler's highest feat in his career so far. This film is so unlike the rest of his filmography style-wise. Watching this movie, I felt like I was truly transported into another world. Feel free to let me know in the comments section if you've seen Sinners. If you have seen the film, feel free to let me know what you thought about it. If you haven't seen the film, let me know if you're thinking about watching it. This movie has my complete recommendation. I think it's one of the best films of the year. For 2025 movies that I've seen so far, Sinners has my #1 spot. I hope this movie smashes at the box office. I hope everyone goes out to see it, and I think it'll do really well because it's a movie that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy. But with all that being said, have a good day and watching good movies. Peace.